Basically, PITB has four clients. There is the government. We are sort of the back office of the government in terms of all IT procurement, all software procurement, and then services that we provide for the departments within the government. So that's one client. The other client is the software industry. We must support the software industry, build their capacity, increase their capacity to grow, to sort of maximize their revenues, and to sort of just expand the software industry in Pakistan. So that's sort of our client number two. Client number three are the IT universities, colleges and universities in Punjab, and we want to be able to enhance their capacity, improve their curriculum, produce more and more people for the industry to grow in their size and revenues. And the fourth client that we have is citizens. So any services that we can offer to the citizens directly, enhanced delivery of services by using IT. And that's something that sort of personally excites me a lot. During this dengue campaign that Punjab government had run, a few people know about this, but the IT department sort of took the lead, established a helpline very quickly where people could call in, get help, could report issues, and that was fed into a sort of a complaint management system, a dashboard that was looked at by the Chief Minister almost on a daily basis. And all the administrative heads would get together at 7 a.m. in the morning every day and would go through that dashboard item by item. And sort of basically justify how quickly, why, when, where have they resolved these complaints. So now what we want to do is sort of expand upon that and sort of make that a permanent feature, not just for dengue, but for other district government services. Expand upon that and sort of make that a permanent feature for Government of Punjab's interface with the citizens. So those are basically the four big things that I'm going to focus on during my tenure here at PITB. I'm a college professor and I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm also very young for a job like this. So that's the third element in this equation. So with my young age comes sort of naivety, but and energy, which is something that I wouldn't have had if I'd done this 10 years later. So there are a lot of things that I'm willing to try out and kind of slug out and make happen. So I think sort of that I think is sort of a positive element in this equation. Sort of being a college professor is interesting because sort of I'm so well connected into the college and university circles in Pakistan that I could so I understand what the issues are, why are we not getting lots of IT graduates that can feed into the IT industry, and that sort of something that because I understand I can help remedy as well. But I can also go back to the universities and get some of my workforce from there. That sort of that connection I think helps. And that sort of also as a college professor you sort of begin to look at a lot of problems sympathetically. You're willing to work with people both younger and older than you, and so I think sort of that background I think largely helps in a job like this. The third is my fledgling entrepreneurial career, where I've done these product-based little ventures in the incubator that I had. And by doing that, I am very close to the IT industry, to people like you, people like Jahan, and sort of other people who are running the IT industry, helping the IT industry grow. And because this association, very close association, friendship, I understand issues faced by the IT industry, and I think I genuinely, sincerely want to help. So we're just calling this meeting of all these large CEOs of IT companies in Punjab to understand what issues confront them. Some that I know of from my previous life, and try and help them how we can solve these. So for instance, sort of we are trying to put together an incubator in the technology park. I've run a small incubator privately myself, but in government you could do something that is of a much larger scale, sustainable, could have a much bigger impact. And I want to go out and maybe sign MOUs with large incubators outside of Pakistan, bring one of them here, and put together all the other pieces of this puzzle where someone could sort of just about walk in with an idea and walk out with a successful venture. That's where you want to be. So I think this kind of background helps because I'm sort of there are a lot of people who know me as someone who's part of the IT industry in Pakistan. There are a lot of people who know me as a college professor, And sort of, now I think there's some people who beginning to know me as a civil servant, and I think all of that is helpful, sort of, and I hope it works out. Now the negatives of this is that I'm a private sector guy, which means, and people who know me also know that I'm sharp-elbowed. I want to make things happen at a fairly fast pace, and would not have it any other way. So and government is a straitjacket. So the rules are already defined within which you must operate. There is at least at times very little wiggle room in terms of creative things that you may want to be able to do. So I think that element is something that I'll certainly come up against and would struggle with, and I hope that sort of that I successfully overcome this kind of bureaucracy, this sort of static friction that bureaucracy has in terms of moving forward at a fast pace. But I guess that's what the government brought me in for, and I hope it works out.